So we're here with Brandon, and we're doing a fundraiser for his dad because he's ALS. Brandon, is there anything that you just want us to know about your dad before we start asking you questions?
Well, my dad, he's a very funny person. He can always make a room laugh even when it's hard to understand him. He loves to fish when he can, and he loves to watch movies.
That's cool. How does your dad having ALS affect you and the rest of your family in like your daily life?
Well, it affects my dad the most because he can't do activities he loves, like fishing, or he can't go outside of the house by himself and hang out with friends or do anything like that. And it's also affected our family because we're not able to get outside of the house as much as we used to because we have to be with our dad to make sure he's okay. And, yeah.
How are the donations going to help your family with your dad's ALS?
Well, mostly it'll go towards medical expenses because ALS is a rare disease and it's also a very expensive one because of that. And it would go towards expensive medicines and equipment like wheelchairs or like special foods that he can eat easily and stuff like that.
So with your dad having ALS, it's obviously harder for him to do like simple tasks like eating and walking, but what's your dad's just like favorite food and how does he eat that now that he has ALS?
I believe that his favorite food is steak, and ALS affecting him eating it would be we have to cut it up really small, and sometimes it can be hard for him to chew. And speaking of, we have had him getting surgery for a feeding tube, which is a tube right here that goes in your stomach for in the future when he cannot eat with his mouth because his jaw won't be strong enough to chew. We'll have to insert liquid food and medicines through that tube.
Yeah. So like having ALS, there's lots of hard things and struggles that you have to go through, but like which one tops them all? Like, what's the biggest struggle that you face in just your everyday life?
Well, for me, it's finding someone who can relate to the issues that I have. I've never been able to, but if you put yourself in like my shoes, imagine being 14 years old, your dad is dying, you have to sit there and watch him die, and there's no one you can talk to that will understand what you're going through.
Before we end this conversation, is there anything else you want us to know about your dad or ALS or anything like that?
Well, I would like to follow up on what I said earlier, where you can always make people laugh, because even in like tough situations that might be awkward for him or embarrassing for him, he can always make people laugh and put a smile on their face.
That's great. Thank you, Brandon.